According to Browns insider Mary Kay Cabot, the tension has reached a boiling point. Head coach Kevin Stefanski, the man known for his obsession with structure and control, may be on the verge of giving up his most prized possession, the play sheet. The same play sheet he's clung to for years, the same one that's defined his system and his identity as a play-calling guru. Cabot's report states that Stefanski is considering handing over play-calling duties to offensive coordinator Tommy Rees, a move that could set off a chain reaction inside the locker room. If Rees takes the reins, it might be the first domino in a sequence that ends with Shedeur Sanders finally stepping onto the field as QB1. And make no mistake, this would not just be a football decision. This would be a declaration of war. The Browns sit at 2-6, their offense lifeless, predictable, and without direction. Fans have turned on the team, the locker room has lost faith, and even the national media is beginning to circle like vultures. When a team performs this poorly, there are only two options for a head coach: change the quarterback or change the play caller. Stefanski, desperate to preserve his job and reputation, seems ready to sacrifice the latter in a last-ditch effort to save himself. But the irony is brutal. By giving up control, he may be empowering the very man who's quietly been building chemistry and trust with the rookie he's been trying to bury. Because while Stefanski has kept Shedeur buried behind Dillon Gabriel, the struggling safe option, Tommy Rees has been in the trenches, working directly with him. Training clips have surfaced showing Rees guiding Shedeur through drills, teaching him the nuances of NFL timing and progressions. Eyes downfield, good. Reading the seam, that's the timing we're after, Rees says, his tone animated, his focus locked in. This isn't a coach going through motions, this is a mentor investing in his guy. You can hear it in his voice, see it in the body language. When he ends the session with, "Good job for day one, baby," it doesn't sound like lip service. It sounds like belief. Contrast that with Stefanski, who treats every question about Shedeur like an inconvenience, cold, dismissive. "I'm not thinking about that," he said recently when asked if Sanders might see first-team reps. Not thinking about it? The team is sinking and he's not thinking about it? That one sentence summed up the dysfunction perfectly. It confirmed what fans already suspected. This isn't about performance. It's about pride. Stefanski isn't protecting the team, he's protecting his ego. But Tommy Rees? He's been bolder. Just days ago, he made a statement that sent shockwaves through the local media. "There will be opportunities moving forward," he said. "Shedeur's been working hard and knows he needs to be ready at a moment's notice." And then came the line that told the entire story. "That starts with the coaches. We've got to put him in the right position to succeed." That wasn't a harmless comment. It was a veiled shot straight at Stefanski. Rees wasn't just saying Shedeur was ready. He was saying the system, the coach, was the problem. It was a rare public crack in the wall of silence that usually surrounds Berea, and insiders immediately picked up on the subtext. A shadow war is underway, and the offensive coordinator might be quietly aligning himself with the general manager, Andrew Berry, against the head coach. The rift runs deeper than anyone realized. Reporters Tony Grossi and others have openly discussed how bizarre this situation has become. They call it weird, dysfunctional, and illogical. They question why Shedeur was drafted if he was never going to be developed. And the answer they keep coming back to is chilling. Stefanski never wanted him. By all accounts, it was GM Andrew Berry who saw value in the 5th round, viewing Shedeur as a high-upside, low-cost investment. Stefanski, meanwhile, had already picked his guy, Dillon Gabriel. Gabriel was the coach's system quarterback, safe, compliant, and exactly the kind of passer Stefanski loves. And that's why, even as the team implodes, he's refused to budge. But his stubbornness has consequences. Reports confirm that Shedeur has yet to take a single first-team snap in practice. Not one. That's not player development. That's sabotage. You can't evaluate a rookie if you refuse to even let him play with the starters. And it's not just fans noticing. Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson recently tore into Stefanski, saying on national television, "They should have let that boy go. Let him get a real opportunity somewhere else." Stefanski doesn't want him. ESPN's Ryan Clark echoed the sentiment, accusing the coach of mishandling the situation entirely. "It's obvious," Clark said. "He doesn't mess with Shedeur Sanders. He wasn't ready to handle what comes with him, the attention, the spotlight. But if you're not ready for that, then you shouldn't draft him." Meanwhile, the fans have made their verdict clear. During the most recent home game, chants for Shedeur erupted from the stands as Gabriel floundered. Social media is filled with posts pleading for the rookie to start. One viral comment captured the mood perfectly. Put in Shedeur. Gabriel is afraid to throw the ball. And when you look at the numbers, the fans have a point. Gabriel's college stats show a quarterback who struggled under pressure, his passer rating collapsing whenever the pocket broke down. Shedeur, on the other hand, spent 2 seasons at Colorado getting sacked more than any other quarterback in the nation, and still completed nearly 70% of his passes. He's tough, accurate, and calm in chaos. In other words, the exact qualities the Browns are missing right now. It's becoming impossible to defend the current setup. Dillon Gabriel isn't improving, the offense isn't scoring, and Stefanski's excuses are wearing thin. The realization has begun to sink in even among his supporters. His system has failed. One local host said it plainly, the realization might have hit him this week that Gabriel's not going to take him to the finish line. And that's the truth no amount of coach speak can hide. The Stefanski experiment is collapsing under its own arrogance, so here we are, the Browns at a crossroads. The team is 2-6, the locker room divided, and the coaching staff at war. Stefanski can no longer justify his loyalty to Gabriel. His only remaining play is to surrender control, to hand off play calling to Tommy Rees and pray for a miracle. But if he does, he's handing that power to a man who clearly believes in Shedeur Sanders. Rees might do what Stefanski never would, unleash the rookie. And if that happens, if Shedeur steps onto the field and shines, it will prove that the problem was never the roster, never the rookie, but the head coach himself. That's the danger Stefanski faces now. If Shedeur succeeds, it validates every critic, every fan, every insider who's called him out. It proves that Andrew Berry's draft instincts were right and that the head coach has been sabotaging his own team out of ego. And once that truth becomes undeniable, his job won't be defensible for another week. The Haslams may love patience, but they don't tolerate humiliation. The bye week will decide everything. Will Kevin Stefanski swallow his pride and hand over the reins, or will he go down swinging, clinging to a system that no longer works? Will Tommy Rees be given the freedom to finally put Shedeur Sanders in position to win, or will the Browns double down on dysfunction? The answers are coming, and they're going to define the future of this franchise. Because make no mistake, this is more than a quarterback controversy. It's a mutiny. It's the collision of 2 philosophies, 2 egos, and 2 futures. One belongs to a coach trying to prove he's the smartest man in the room. The other belongs to a rookie ready to prove he's the future of the NFL. And when the smoke clears, only one will still be standing in Cleveland. Now it's your turn. What do you think happens next? Does Stefanski survive this mess, or is this the end of his reign in Cleveland? Will Tommy Rees be bold enough to start Shedeur Sanders and change the course of the season? Drop your thoughts down below. I want to hear from every single one of you. And if you've made it this far, do me one favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications. This story isn't over. It's only getting started. And trust me, you won't want to miss what happens next.